Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is!
We've been handed an incredible opportunity here, Peck.
The universe is talking to us right now. You just gotta listen. And here we go.
From the land of sky blue waters.
Small scale life is podcasting. Small scale life is podcasting. Small scale life.
Oh
Intro
my God.
right there.
Oh God, please no.
Oh yeah, baby. It's gonna happen. I heard you missed me. I'm back. Here's Tommy. Welcome to the Small Scale Life Podcast. I am your host, Tom. It's great to be back in the seat behind the mic here in my creation station. I'm ready to restart this lovable little project called Small Scale Life. I hope you like the intro. That was a little something I've been thinking about and put together, and it just turned out awesome. So it's little clips from here and there. I think if you listen long enough, you'll figure out where each one came from. But I'm really glad you're here. Thank you. There are a million podcasts and platforms out there, and I'm truly grateful that you are here listening to this little show, which happens to be the 45th most listened home and garden show in Turkey. And I'm not kidding about that. That is what my analytics tell me. So welcome to the show. We're the 45th best. All right. It's awesome. So we're doing more shows so we can climb up those rankings there in Turkey. So awesome. For more information about me and to get our free resources like our 24-hour plan to help your mind, body, and soul, our seed starting guide, our budgeting tools, which are all free, head over to smallscalelife.com and take a spin around the site. You'll be able to find show notes there. There's links, there's resources mentioned above, and all kinds of good things there. So go check it out. Oh, also 218 other podcast episodes. We've been doing this kind of off and on since 2015. So come on over there, take a listen, find some resources, and I'm sure there is something we've talked about that will be useful in your small scale life. So that said, here we go. Oh my gosh, here we go. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. A new cycle has certainly begun across the planet, across my world, and in our small scale lives. So even though you might not know me, welcome, or you haven't heard from me in a while, it's been a while, we've gone around the sun together another time, one more time, and the holidays have come and gone once again. I hope you had a great time with your community, family, and friends, and I'm hoping that they're all the same or at least get along, but I hope you had a great holiday season, and welcome to 2024. So here in the Creation Station, this is our new home in New Richmond, and we call the home The Landing. My office, the podcast studio, is called the Creation Station, and we're certainly starting a new cycle here this new year. I am glad it's winter because Julie, Ryan, and I are taking a much-needed break and breath after an incredibly busy 2023. If you think about where we were this time last year and what was happening, I mean, Julie and I had made the decision to move and sell the farm. We'll get into that. But where we were last year to where we are this year, it has been a blitz. And I have not recorded or published a Small Scale Life podcast since April 26, 2023, which is a little over 9 months ago, about 9 months ago. So much has happened. So much. I need to bring you all up to speed and get you up on the story thus far. And this will serve as a starting point for me and for new listeners to the show and provide some background information about us, some context to the show, and talk about, yes, where we're going to go. And I know Jules cringes when I do this, but we're going to do it anyway because it's part of the story. So where shall we begin? Let's have a little drink of tea first. Got to get the slurp, just got to get the slurp. So let's go back to 2023, April 2023. Mr. Producer, cue the music, and we'll get right into it. All right, here we go. So we got to start with first things first. The dream of Driftless Oaks Farm is over. Done. Complete. Kaput. So for those of you who are new, Driftless Oaks Farm was our little hobby farm in western Wisconsin. We bought it in 2021. It was a 10-acre hobby farm in Maiden Rock, Wisconsin. And we lived there for 2 winters. And after a series of events and a series of realizations and a lot of soul searching, a lot of conversations, a lot of cursing after pumping out the scary cellar that flooded it flooded about 5 times last spring, we decided that our time at Driftless Oaks Farm was over. We're not farmers after all. Let me repeat that. We are not farmers after all. Who knew, right? Who knew? I was so excited about this. I mean, if you're new to the show, I had been working towards having my own little farm for over 10 years, probably 12 years. And once we got it, we realized, we're more suburbanized city folks than hardcore farmers. So it was a good learning experience. It does go to show that sometimes when you get everything you've ever wanted, it isn't the right thing, but it was a good lesson. So go figure, it was for the best. We learned a ton. And what we learned was, 1, it's really quiet on the farm in the middle of the country with not many neighbors around. Very quiet, which can be very cool. But on the flip side, it can drive you a little crazy. So considering we came from the Twin Cities, from North Minneapolis, from Invergrove Heights and an apartment, and then we moved to a farm, it was very quiet, and Julie was slowly going crazy there. Slowly going crazy. So it just wasn't quite what we needed. The other thing, Ryan, our son, he's our youngest son. He needed to be closer to his friends in the Twin Cities and closer to work. I get that. And then the third thing that happened, besides the flooding, was my Ford plow truck, Frank the Tank. He literally died before winter was over. The engine threw a bearing and it was done, just completely done. It wasn't worth repairing and fixing, and we had just gotten the 4-wheel drive fixed. So that was just like the icing on the cake, that this was just not happening. This was not our path. So, like the intro, the universe is talking to us right now. We just needed to listen. And the universe was telling us that we needed to change. The universe had a new plan for us. So we decided it was time in December 2022. And in April, we put up the farm. We put it on the market. And within the weekend, after some showings and so much interest, we selected the best of 4 offers and sold the farm. Just like that. And of course, that event, that decision of selling the farm and selecting that offer suddenly triggered an avalanche of activities of getting packed up and ready to move. There was so much we had to do, so much we had to pack, believe it or not. And that was just what we had to do. But we had to find a house first. We hadn't found a house at that point. We had just decided to sell the farm. Once we knew it, we knew what we were going to get for I guess, profit, or what we could use to put towards a new house after we paid off the loan. Then we could go look for the new place, and we'll get into that in a second. So, yeah, our homesteading dream on a little farm was definitely over. Was it a failure? Kind of, yeah. I mean, in our brief period as farmers, we had no domestic animals. We didn't even try it. We didn't try chickens, ducks, pigs, cows, horses, or even a dog. We did try a dog, and that didn't work out so hot at all. And we had 2 cats. We still have our 2 little girls. I mean, we just didn't have animals. And we figured out soon that we didn't want animals. And so that aspect of it was over and done. And then it was like, okay, well, certainly we can have a garden, right? No, I mean, I started a garden, but we didn't have a serious garden. I was playing around with a few things. I did get a good harvest of potatoes, and we did have asparagus. We did get wild grapes, but we really didn't have a serious garden. Oh, we did get apples. Yeah, we did have apples in our little orchard, which was very cool. So we just had to admit that our homesteading and my farm dream was kind of a failure, was not the right path. And that literally put my brain into a tailspin about this whole project. What is Small Scale Life? Because for 10 years, I'd been dreaming about this. Our second most popular podcast episode was Homesteading 101 with Greg Burns and Mr. Tactical J, where we talked about how excited we were to get into homesteading, excited to do all the things, excited for chickens, excited for the big garden, and just didn't didn't go the way we thought it would. So yeah, we had to make some decisions, and that all happened. So yes, Driftless Oaks Farm is over, done, in the dustpan of history. So welcome to The Landing. So what is The Landing? The Landing is our place here in New Richmond, Wisconsin. And some wonderful people were helping us find this place. And we found a great house on a pond just off, connected to the Willow River in New Richmond, Wisconsin. So we are walking distance to downtown. We're on water. It was crazy. It was everything we wanted. So we moved to this new house in June, and we haven't looked back since. We have been too damn busy to look back. We didn't have time. I mean, I've been back to the farm once because a package got delivered there, but otherwise I have not been. I really haven't gone back there. So we got busy once we were here. We started working on the house and the property. We hired contractors, and we got a lot of stuff done. Here's what we got done. We got new landscaping projects, some new flower beds, and some weeding done. We painted all the walls on the first floor except for our bedroom, and that's coming up quick. We painted the basement bathroom walls. Ryan actually did that, my son. We put new flooring throughout the basement. We had lick and stick tile here. We pulled all that up, and we had a wonderful guy, Will Stryker, put in new flooring in the basement. We renovated the master bath. That's new tile. We demoed it. We put in new tile, new vanities, new fixtures, a new vintage clawfoot tub. We restored that, installed that, had the plumber hook it all up. It is great and awesome and beautiful. We had the electrician in moving wires around and lights, and it was great. Everything works awesome. We put in a new radon mitigation system. We put in 2 new patios. We got a hot tub. We put in a new rock pad and built a garden shed, a new garden shed. And that's where all the garden tools live. All the good stuff is up there. And it's very quiet right now. All my birdseed is up there too. We ran natural gas into the house. This house was all electric. So we ran gas in the house, got a new meter. We got a new gas furnace. We got a new water heater. It's all gas, and it's awesome. It's awesome. We had all electric at the farm, and it about bankrupted us. It was so expensive. We put a new access door on the back of the garage so we can get down into the patio, into the hot tub, and to my cold plunge tank. We got that put in. We got a new roof on the house in mid-December 23. Thank you, mild winter, for letting us do all that. And then we got the new cold plunge tank and filled that up and have tried it here. We got that in Christmas, and we've done a couple cold plunges, but man, it is super cold right now. I'm not going to do that. So we are ready to slow down, put our roots deep down into this community and explore what's around here and really get to know folks and really get into the community. We're really excited about that. And I know you're laughing or smirking because you know I'm full of it. We have more work to do. And we're going to start some projects here shortly on the inside of the house, not on the outside of the house. It's like -10 out there right now, but we are going to start some new projects too. So beyond that, we've been very busy with business and doing some other things. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what Jules is up to. Give her a little update there. She is breathing, moving, and healing with Willow River Yoga. So what is that? So if you've been following us on social media, Jules launched Willow River Yoga. It's her new business after she got her yoga instructor certification on September 10th, 2023. So she got her new certification and then has been working on building up this new business. Got a new website, got a new scheduling software. She's run classes over Zoom. She's run classes in person. It has been great. Her getting that certification on September 10th, 2023 is very symbolic because on September 11th, 2022, that is when our oldest son, Danny, passed. So a year later, she is on a new path. And there are no such things as coincidences. This was supposed to happen. Yoga is the right path for Jules and for her healing and grieving. It has opened so many doors. It has been amazing to see what has happened since getting that certification and moving forward with a group of really wonderful and awesome people. Love these people that she was in class with. She's teaching at Inspiring Actions Yoga Studio in Hudson, Wisconsin. She is teaching her own online classes on Zoom. She's doing that from home, and I participate in those, and they're great. She planned and facilitated a great retreat at the University of River Falls last weekend, not this weekend, last weekend, with her friend Mariah, the intuitive energy healer. She's been a guest on this show, and she's going to have other retreats and gatherings here in 2024. So it's really exciting to see this all bloom and blossom like this lotus coming out of the swamp. And here it comes. And here is this beautiful thing. So it's exciting. And I'm really super happy about it. At the same time, life is not cheap. Inflation is high. So Jules got a job, and she started work on my birthday, January 2nd. She started at Healing Roots Wellness Center in River Falls, Wisconsin. She is totally immersing herself into this yoga and wellness community, and it is fantastic. So she will be teaching some yoga classes there. It's just awesome for her. It's an awesome opportunity to network and build friendships and relationships in this great community. I had a chance to go there last week and do my first yoga class, and it was amazing. The place is awesome. They have this beautiful mural there. It is like you're doing yoga or whatever you're doing there in the woods with this beautiful trees painted on the wall. Hawks painted in the tree, and this brook painted there as well. It's just like the idyllic setting to be doing any kind of practice. So it was awesome. And the owners there are so wonderful, just really nice people. So I'm so thankful she started this journey. It's a lot of fun to be part of it. It's been great watching it. I know the seeds of this journey have been planted way before Danny passed. And it's beautiful to see things sprout and come up and start to bear fruit. It is just a beautiful thing. So awesome. It's been really good. So moving on, my son Ryan, he's been doing really well. He had a really tough 2022. It was the worst year ever. And the start of 2023 was hard too. But he did end this year and ended 2023 on a lot of high notes. Went to Spain and Portugal with friends in September. It's just what he needed to see, a different part of the world, get away from here and just be, And he got a promotion at his work. Ryan and I spent time in the woods hunting turkeys and deer. We didn't get anything, but it was so much fun to be out there. He's also been playing basketball with friends and leagues in the Twin Cities, and it's really fun to hear stories of him back on the court scoring points and doing all the shenanigans that basketball players do. So it's really a lot of fun. So Ryan and I, we are weightlifting accountability partners, our gym accountability partners here for the local community center. So we need to make sure we're getting back in the gym together. It is tricky with his schedule and my schedule to make everything line up and sync up, but we're going to make that happen. I'm going to try to bring Ryan onto the show in 2024. I have had Danny on the show. I don't know if he knew it or not, but I had him on a couple times. I'm going to bring Ryan on, and we're going to make that happen so we can talk about some things. It'll be good. So let's talk about Danny. Danny is our running hummingbird, and Danny was an ultra marathoner. He would run 50-mile, 100-mile endurance races, trail races, run 24 hours till you drop kind of races. He loved running that, and he was just a fierce competitor, just beautiful. On September 11th, 2022, he passed away. So while he is not here in physical form, he was with us when we gathered more than 50 friends and family who participated in the 5K race, part of the Twin Cities Marathon here in the Twin Cities, or other events around the country, in Georgia, in Texas, in Florida on that same weekend. So the 5K race is part of the Twin Cities Half Marathon and the Twin Cities Marathon. The Twin Cities Marathon is a Boston Marathon qualifying race. And unfortunately, those bigger races, so well attended, so many people there, but the half marathon and the marathon were black flagged, and that's runner speak for canceled due to the heat and humidity. We were able to do the 5K, and it was so amazing to see that many people wearing special Running Hummingbird t-shirts in Danny's honor. they were wearing them all over the country. And it was so cool, and it was so humbling that so many people came out to support us. And remember our fierce running hummingbird, Danny. And we hope to do more in 2024. Hey, that's a cool little slogan, isn't it? We hope to do more in 2024. About the same time, we ran a very successful GoFundMe campaign to raise funds to keep this whole momentum going. We had ideas about creating a foundation. We wanted to do certain things, promote certain things, but we decided we would take a different track. So we raised money for the Kratom Danger Awareness Organization that is trying to get information and education out there about the dangers of kratom, a herb from Asia that can have some really some fatal consequences for taking it and some addictive properties for it. It's like a cheap opium, really. We also raised money for an event in 2024. Ryan, Jules, and I have so much appreciation and gratitude for everyone who contributed to the GoFundMe campaign and just showed us so much support since that terrible day in September 11th, 2022. It's amazing who shows up, who provides love and support and helps when tragedies happen. And we've had so many people do that and so many times in our lives. So the journey is not over. The running hummingbird is not over. It's just beginning. It's going to be part of future efforts here through Small Scale Life. Small Scale Life is the vehicle for this. I am the voice of the running hummingbird. And I've already reached out to a running company, the St. Croix Running Company, to begin discussions about how we can work with them to help them with their races and use those funds from the GoFundMe and some other things to help them along. Danny competed in their races. He won their races. Great people. The owner of that company actually came to Danny's funeral. And why not connect with that community? Why not take that community and be a part of it? They're great people. Running community is awesome. Such great people there. What do we have to lose? So there'll be a lot more about the running hummingbird stories and other things to talk about in this news cycle. So we'll get back to that. So let's talk about Small Scale Life. Let's talk about me. So I have been really busy with work. Yes, I do work a full-time job beyond providing fun little podcast episodes and other cool stuff for you to look at and do. I had a busy workload with the real job. I was covering 3 states, Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, and was called on to travel across the country for a few things. I am one of the people at the job who've been there. This is my 9th year, so I've been there for quite some time. So I just, with all the responsibilities I had to stop doing the Small Scale Life podcast in April 2023. I just didn't have capacity or bandwidth to do extra recording and editing and doing all the things with videos and podcast episodes, because it takes time. It takes a few hours to come up with the content. I'd say it takes 4 to 6 hours, per show, at least, maybe more, to do the work and do the edits and come up with the ideas and write everything out and get it recorded, get it edited, put music to it, all the fun stuff. It just takes time. This pause was a good thing. It allowed me to get a lot of work done, got a lot of things accomplished here at the landing, and it allowed me to think about this platform quite a bit and what we were going to be doing with it. What is the mission of Small Scale Life? What is my big why? 2 people in particular heard me go around and around and around like Earth around the sun. 2 people heard me talk about this endlessly and go back and forth and back. And that's my good friend, Amy Dingman from A Farmer's Kind of Life, and my wonderful wife, Jules. Both of them know I've been all over the board about the future of Small Scale Life. And I think they got sick of me going, oh my God, what am I doing? And I'm going to do this. No, I'm going to do that. At times I was going to start all over from scratch on a new platform and just focusing on gardening. And other times I was going to stay at Small Scale Life and just go forward and make it work, and back and forth and back. And this is what I'm going to do. No, this is what I'm going to do. I mean, those 2 ladies heard enough of my whining and dithering, and I appreciate it, ladies. Thank you so much. It's as Jules said, people just want to hear you. You could call it Dickheads Anonymous, and they just want to hear you. So that was stuck into my mind. But why? Why did I have such a problem with this? Leaving Driftless Oaks Farm behind, that thing that failed for us. I had been so focused on homesteading that going down this path with homesteading just wasn't quite meshing for me. I mean, that dream had died. So Small Scale Life was a big part of that. I almost felt like Small Scale Life died with it too. A cycle had ended, and when that dream died, and I wasn't sure where the river was taking me. We often say here that we let the river take us where it takes us. I wasn't sure where the river was taking me. Like, I went through a bunch of rapids and a couple waterfalls and lost the kayak and found it, and now here I am sitting in it, and the river just forks out in a number of different directions, a number of different tributaries, and which way do I want to go? There are a bunch of ways forward. I just had to choose one, push forward, and just do it. But it was hard. It was really hard for me to do. It was just like I had this mental block. So right before Christmas, and I was settling on gardening. I was just going to do gardening, and that's it. But right before Christmas, Jules, through Willow River Yoga, developed and ran a gratitude challenge. And it was a 10-day challenge, just talking about gratitude, thinking about things, little activities and exercises to get you more mindful and try to develop that sense of gratitude right before Christmas. For those of you who have not run one of these challenges, it takes effort. It takes a lot to come up with interesting and new content each day as the challenge goes forward. And sometimes you run into a block. Sometimes it's difficult to come up with that content. But fortunately, she's with a guy who, thinks some deep things every once in a while, has some interesting things to say, maybe, I don't know, and can write. I like to write. And that person was me. So I helped her write a couple of the posts, especially late in the challenge. And something was brewing after I did that. I was like, man, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed digging deep into something and turning like an unrelated event or an event in history and kind of crafting it and changing it and building a narrative around it and talking about gratitude. I like thinking these deep thoughts. I like writing about that stuff. And I realized I needed to do something more than just gardening. And I didn't want to have 15 platforms out there. I just wanted one. It's to put all my effort into one. Something said that all that knowledge and experience we've gained through the School of Hard Knocks, we needed to talk about that. And I also realized that I might never monetize anything, but I have so much knowledge and so much experience that I can share with people, and that I can be the light in the distance, that light off there in the darkness for somebody, to give them hope, to help them, to inspire them, to entertain them, or show them a way forward. And when I say entertain, I think some people are watching my cold plunges because they want to see if I'm just going to freeze in the tank or not. So anyway, I thought there was more to it. And then coming back from Green Bay, I was coming back home on December 21st, 2023. I was driving and I was doing a lot of deep thinking. I had some great conversations with my coworker about totally unrelated things, but it just got my brain working and something just clicked. Just driving down Highway 29 west of Wausau, and something just clicked. It's like a little bird, maybe a little running hummingbird, maybe landed on my shoulder and just it laid it all out for me. Things that were just kind of all over the place suddenly aligned and made so much sense after not making sense for so long. And it was like I'd been staring at the anthill at the base of the tree. The tree is part of a massive forest, and the forest goes up this massive bluff up to the top of the bluff down in the Mississippi River Valley. And it's pretty amazing to see that down there, that kind of thing. But I was focused on the little anthill and maybe even the little grains of dirt that the ants had thrown out of the anthill. I hadn't taken a step back and looked at the bigger picture. So that little hummingbird made me realize that learn, do, grow, and be a little better every day is actually all about improving your mind, body, and soul. Let me say that again. Learn, do, grow, and be a little better every day is actually about improving mind, body, and soul. Of course. How did I miss that? Of course. So it really got me pumped up and jazzed because I had a direction. I had a path. A whole new cycle had just begun because this new stretch of river opened up in front of me. And if you've been paying attention to YouTube, our YouTube channel, our TikTok channel, our Instagram channel, our Facebook channel, you've seen the subtle shift in December and January. In some ways, I feel like I'm getting back to a place where I was a few years ago. I made my first bunch of cranberry jalapeno jelly here and canned it, and it was great. This is my first canning project I've done in a long time. We made 30 pounds of awesome breakfast sausage at my brother's place on Christmas morning, and the whole family got involved. It was like a production line, and it was awesome. Everybody had fun doing it. I did some grounding here. I walked in the snow, barefoot in the snow. And if you've looked at the Small Scale Life YouTube channel, I was doing that a lot in 2021. I started using the 24-hour plan again and pushing that. That was something we did in 2019 with the Renew You to try to improve your mind, body, and soul, right? And you're getting you active and tracking what you're eating. Started recording the sound of rivers and brooks again. Oh, man, I love doing that. And really focus on getting healthy and, yes, gardening. We are going to be gardening in 2024. It has been since 2020 since I've had a garden, and I will have a garden on this property. It's already prepped. It's in the slumber right now, sleep mode, but it is going to happen. Healthy lifestyle. Learn, do, grow, be a little better every day. Mind, body, soul. Garden is part of that story. It's all connected. All connected. So as part of this shift, I recently opened a new Facebook group called the Small Scale Life Wellness Club. There's a link in the show notes. It's a support and accountability group for those of us working on improving mind, body, and soul, right? And we're using the 24-hour plan. It's going to be new content directed right at that to inspire people. You know, even if you're doing really well, we can all use a tune-up somewhere in our lives. So come on in. It's a very supportive group. I've got there's some really neat people that are part of this group already, and we'd love to have you in there. It's free. Everything is free. The 24-hour plan is in there in a pinned post, also in the files section of that group. Come on in, be part of the club, engage with us. Really, there's nothing to lose. So join us over there. So 2023 is over. Just like this podcast, it's almost over. Happy New Year. A new cycle has begun. Are you ready for that? So 2023 was a whirlwind for all of us. It had its ups and downs. It was chaotic. There were people who showed up and were there for us and showed us so much love and compassion in our darkest hours, even in 2023. We appreciate that. We are returning the favor. We are trying to be there for some people who have lost loved ones this season, and it has been hard as hell for them. So we send them much love, the Noax and the Tempty family. So lost some great people, and it's really hard this season. So we have so much gratitude for you. We have so much gratitude for this community. We have so much gratitude for those who have supported us through the years. This is a whole new cycle, and we can't wait to see what this new cycle in 2024 is going to bring. It's really going to be awesome. And we've already hit the ground running, right? We're off to a wild start. We had Julie's yoga retreat. She's got new stuff planned for February, March, and even the rest of the year. It's going to be awesome to document that. We have the new Small Scale Life Wellness Club that's just like a shot in the arm. It gives you so much energy and motivation. My cold plunges, that's new. I'm not doing it today because it's like minus 500 out, and I think my face will freeze off. But as soon as the temperatures bump up a little bit, this is traditionally when we have our really cold temperatures here in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Got to wait for that temperature to come up just a little bit. I'm not crazy. Kind of. Anyway, we'll get back to cold plunges. And then we've got a trip to Costa Rica coming up. It's for our 30th wedding anniversary. It is also a yoga retreat. So it's going to be a lot of fun to get out of Dodge for a while, stay warm, get on a beach or get in a pool and just connect with people and experience a whole new place and go snorkeling and take some video in the water and all that good stuff. So good things are happening. 2024 is here. New cycle's here. Are you going to do the same thing over and over and over again and expect different results? So my challenge to you, your action item, is figure out what your path is. come join us at the Small Scale Life Wellness Club, and we'll help you with that. Or at least maybe we'll inspire you, or maybe you'll get a little laugh. I don't know. Who knows? Your woo-woo bestie is here. Do some journaling, figure out the path, and then attack it with everything you've got. And that's what we're going to do here at Small Scale Life. So join us at the Small Scale Life Wellness Club. We are going to be back real soon with another podcast. I am super excited to be back. I'm back. I'm super excited to be back, and we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. So follow us. You've got nothing to lose. And if something doesn't resonate, don't worry. We'll probably get to something that does. And if I just don't vibe with you, that is totally fine. There are a million podcasts and platforms out there that might suit you a little better. We've got a great community of content creators that are part of the Wellness Club, including Amy Dingman from A Farmer's Kind of Life. She is awesome, and she's a good friend of mine. Adam Rick from A Modern Frontier and his grass-fed beef business. We've got other great content creators and people doing cool stuff like Mariah, the intuitive energy healer. She's doing great things too. So we've got a whole bunch of cool people in that group. Come on over and see what we're doing. So this is Tom from Small Scale Life. We'll close up with our outro. And if you're new here, maybe you want to wait till the very end after all the music is done. There might be something kind of fun there. So check that out too. Okay, everyone, we'll see you real soon. We'll be back real soon. Take care. In closing, from the north to the south, from the east to the west, and everywhere in between, may the gods, spirits, and folk be blessed at this place. May we heal the land and protect the soil, animals, and plants. May we live in strength and love, leading the way as we learn, do, grow, and be a little better every day. This is Tom from the Small Scale Life Podcast. We'll be back with another show. In the meantime, stay safe and take care, everybody. This has been a production of Small Scale Life Media.
I am testing now. How do I sound, Tomas? La 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 la. La 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 la.
That's pretty good.
La 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 la. Mr. Sandman, bring
Check.
me a dream. Make him the cutest thing that I've ever seen. Give him tulips like pillows and clovers, and tell him that my lonesome nights are over. Sandman.
Yes? So gonna keep that. Yes, we are.
Oh man, I feel like, wow, it's like I come over, it's like I don't know what to expect. I gotta be honest, I come in, it's like a little like I'm trying to get my bearings, there's cartoons, your mom, and it's like you still got it.